Officially baseball season around these parts. As you can see on my screen, we have one day until pitchers and catchers report to spring training. So I thought this would be a great time to highlight a few prospects that I think are going to light it up in spring training this year. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. In today's video, we have none other than Jonathan Long. He is an infielder from the Chicago Cubs organization. Jonathan has actually been one of the best hitters in minor league baseball over the last few years, as you can see from his stats here in 2024. Off to a rough start in single A, high A, and then he made the jump to double A where he hit 340 in 159 at bats. A really good walk ratio to strikeout ratio, and that was enough for him to jump up fully to AAA for the whole 2025 season, where he hit 305 all of last year. So that's a pretty big increase from 247 to 340 in 2024, and then all of 2025 he batted over 300. And not only the power, or not only the contact, but he also has power too. It's plus power with 20 homers last year, as you can see on the screen here. And again, good walk ratio to K ratio. It's not as good as it was in 24, but it's definitely serviceable to be a part of the MLB level. And as I mentioned before in most of my videos, I enjoy looking at the Prospect Savant page. If you're not familiar with it, it displays every prospect or minor league player that has come up in the system, and it shows their stats from single A to triple A. So it's a really good tool to see what somebody's going to bring to the major league level once they make it up that far. As you can see with Jonathan Long, as I said before, one of the best minor league hitters over the past few years, but last year in particular in triple A, he has a 98 out of 100 PS score, which ranks top 5 in all of minor league baseball. Really good expected batting average, batting average. Has those really good slugging numbers along with EV. Anything over 85 here is exceptional. Even 75 is anywhere in the red. You always want to stay away from the blue, as you can see, unfortunately, with his pull air and then swing percentage. Those are on the lower side, but I think once he makes it in Chicago, I think the wind's going to help him a little bit more out there in the outfield. As I mentioned before, 305 batting average. If you look at the left of the screen, you can see all his advanced stats, and then also the StatCast, so you can see how many barrels he had previously, chase rate, and then also hard hit percentage. And it's a great tool to see 13% walk percentage compared to 19% K rate. Anything under 20% for K rate is going to be serviceable here in Major League Baseball. He's not really a speed guy. You're not going to expect him to steal 15, 20 bags a year. If he can get you 5 to 10 a year, again, that's also really good. But you're looking more for the average and also the pop that he brings. And in my eyes, we're going to go over the Cubs roster, I guess, per se, we can say, and lineups that they project. Here, I'm going to say in about a few minutes, but I think personally he would fit perfectly a DH for the Cubs. You want to bring in a guy that has a plus hit tool, walks a good amount, has power, and don't expect him to play defense right away, because that's just going to mess up his potential. So we're actually going to take a look at the depth chart. That's what I have next here. As you can see, he's not projected to make the opening day roster. And I forgot to mention, too, he is an older prospect. He is 24. I don't know if we can We'll go down to first base. He is 24. Not sure how many options he has left, but I feel like being a 24-year-old prospect is a good sign and also a bad sign for all you looking to play or in any MLB dynasty leagues. Jonathan Long is going to be hard to roster based on him being 24, but if you do need somebody to plug in right away to your lineup, I feel like Jonathan Long is going to get some chance at some point this year in a really good lineup too. I mean, they list him at first base, but he also plays third, and then if they have to put him in the outfield, he's serviceable enough there too. But anyways, we'll go back up to the projected roster against right-handed pitchers here. And as you can see, clear as day, Michael Busch is going to be their everyday first baseman at the moment too. And I don't hate this at all for the Cubs, but Moises, their top catching prospect and actually top hitting prospect in the organization, is slated to play DH to start the year, which I understand. He hit 300 last year coming up in limited ABs. But, I mean, the bench is not particularly where you want it if you're a Cubs fan. Obviously, Miguel Amaya is going to be your backup catcher if they want to keep Moises at DH. Moises is also a catcher, so maybe moving Carson Kelly out of the lineup completely, having full faith in Moises to come in and play catcher, and then that opens up a roster spot on the bench and also a DH potentially. Because if, we're looking at Matt Shaw as well, potentially being on the bench for the Cubs, but he's a interesting trade candidate. They want him. They want to get some pitching back for him, is what I'm hearing. It's just the rumors. So again, that opens up another roster spot. And Tyler Austin too, is from Korea. He's hasn't actually played an MLB game in a very long time, so he's also a clear-cut candidate to be cut here potentially in spring training. So I feel like Jonathan Long, yes, it looks iffy at the moment. There are two options in front of him, so he does need to have a decent enough spring, I feel like, because he's already, I'll go back to these stats, but as you can see, I mean, with 514 plate appearances in AAA, I think he's shown enough to make a huge impact here in at the major league level, whether that's in the outfield, if they want to put him in left field, maybe every so often take a few ABs away from Michael Busch on his off days, or just being the primary DH. I mean, the hitting tools are there, the power's there. I think he could be a serviceable MLB player in today's world. So that's pretty much all I have on Jonathan Long. It's one of my shortest videos here, but just wanted to get that out there. If you are looking for a really good first base prospect in a really good offense who you can buy for cheap right now, if you're, again, in dynasty leagues, if you play underdog fantasy, potentially putting him as your drafting him as your 7th or 8th infielder. And then even in redraft leagues, just with your last pick, taking a shot on the guy that could potentially be in a lineup that's going to score 4 to 5 runs a game. So if you guys enjoyed the video, you can always like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will be back with another video tomorrow highlighting another really cool prospect. All right, thanks, y'all.